Hey, do you want to be the antidote to all the doom and gloom? Join me as I come from my slice of life to help bring more joy into yours. This is the My Slice of Life podcast. Hello and a big fat welcome to you to this week's episode of the My Slice of Life podcast with me, Sharon, your Highland host. Glad you could join me. This is season 2 of the podcast, and this season we are putting the joy back into being prepared. And this week, what are we preparing for? We're preparing for a clean house. I'm glad you asked. Is your house clean? Are you prepared to clean it? Let's be honest, it's not the most exciting job in the world, is it? And if you are a queen or king of procrastination like I am, it is something you put off. And you put off, and you put off until you think, oh my God, I live in a pigsty. But no more, friends, because we are going to put the joy back into this. We can do it. So come with me and let's get prepared. The first thing we can do, and I do this quite a lot, make a list of all the jobs that you want to get done for that week. Go through mentally or physically, go through each room and jot down what you want to do in that room. Okay, so if you think, right, I need to change the bed, I need to hoover, I need to dust, write it down. Make a little list. I am a lover of lists. There's nothing better than ticking off those jobs and seeing the progress you're making. It's a wonderful feeling. Let's make progress. So make your lists of all the jobs that you want to get done that week, and then at least you know what you're doing. And remember, friends, cleaning is so much easier to do when it's tidy. And this is my downfall. I am not only the queen of procrastination, I am the queen of clutter. I know, it constantly looks like we've just moved in. There are boxes in my bedroom. There are boxes in the living room. But, and this is how I sell it to myself, they are there for a reason. I am clearing out. I'm still clearing out. Now, if you've got children, you know they grow out of things every week. There's toys come in, there's toys go out. They're too good to just throw out. I'm not rich enough to give it all away. Holy moly, I need to make a couple of quid if I can. eBay is my friend. But, so, in our living room we have a corner where it's books, DVDs, it's our homeschool corner, and it's also where I have these boxes of things that are moving out of the house, things I am advertising on, whether it's eBay or Gumtree or even FreeCycle. I do give some things away, I'm not that tight, but that's what's there. So it kind of looks cluttered, but as long as I have the table tidy, like we were talking about in the meal prep episode, and if you missed that, go and listen to it after this one. Don't skip away. But we clear the table so we can eat at it. And I'm having this constant battle of trying to clear areas. But when it comes to cleaning, you can't clean an area that isn't tidy. So I do my best to tidy it. But what I'm suggesting to you, because I doubt you're going to be as cluttered as me, if you are, hey, join the club, welcome, big hugs. But if you're not, 10 minutes, just do a quick tidy. Whatever room it is you're cleaning, just 10 minutes, do a quick tidy. Or say you want to clean the kitchen tomorrow, that's, today, just quick 10 minutes tidy. Get the dishes away, empty the bin, whatever's in there that shouldn't be there. We've all got that. Just quick 10-minute tidy, and then when you come to clean it, it's going to be so much easier for you. And have a wee think as well. What is your cleaning style? Do you have one room allocated a day? Or do you have a day allocated to do the whole house? Now, I have got a timetable where I'm supposed to do certain things on certain days, like Monday is change the bed, Tuesday is washing and ironing, Wednesday is kind of upstairs, so like bedrooms, bathroom, Thursday downstairs, but it doesn't always work that way. So make whatever it is that you want to do, make sure that you have the time allocated for it, so that if you're thinking, well, I'm going to do the whole house on Saturday, there's no point thinking, well, I'm going to do the whole house on Saturday, but I have to go and do the shopping and the garden's needing tended to and I have this meeting, blah blah blah. So make sure you do have the time allocated for it. As well as the time, do you have the tools that you need? Is your hoover in good order, for example? And I'm saying that because I just had to replace ours. We had a Dyson and it wasn't picking up anymore, and I know it needs a good clean out, and that could be the reason, but it was also really heavy, and doing the stairs with my back the way it is, don't know, I probably moaned about that quite a few times. But so I got this little one, and it's a Hoover, actual Hoover brand, called Whirlwind, and it's light and it's small, and when I first saw it I thought I've made a mistake, but oh boy, that wee thing's powerful. I love it. I actually enjoy the hoovering because you get to see and smell the difference. Clean carpets, there's just something about them. I love it. The room smells better when it's get all that gunk out your carpet. It's brilliant. So is your hoover in good order? Do you have decent cloths to do the job that you need to do for your dusting and all those sort of things, or your window cleaning, mirrors? Make sure you've got the right stuff. Is your cupboard with all your cleaning stuff, and let's face it, it's going to be under the sink. We all have these hidey holes of lotions and potions and goodness knows what else. Is it full of garbage, or is it full of things that inspire you to get going? Because let's face it, if you open that door and you see these bottles of luminous gunk that you bought thinking that'll do the job, but you've never used it, or you don't want to use it because you know you're going to come out, either feeling like you've just had an asthma attack and your eyes are burning, and there's no point in having these things if you don't use them. Vinegar and water in a spray bottle does a lot of things. Just saying. I dust with that. As long, damp cloth, they always say. Vinegar and water picks up a lot of dust, and it makes the room smell better too. Not like a chippy. It won't smell like a chippy, but it will smell better. On top of that, make sure you don't run out of supplies in the first place. So like in the meal prep episode where I said to have that bit of paper taped to the front of the door, the cupboard door, or inside the door if you want to hide it, I'm not that bothered. So when you run out of something, just put a wee note of it, and then when you go to do your shopping, your list is ready made. You're welcome. If you're needing a bit more inspiration to actually get started in the first place, YouTube has got tons of videos about cleaning and to inspire you to do the cleaning and get the job done. It seems to be YouTube is made up of these people who, they have two types of videos that they make. One is to tell you what to bring into the house, and then next week they'll give you a video about how to get it out the house. That's what I'm seeing. It's a little frustrating, but if you want good cleaning, decluttering inspiration, I find there's the girl that does the podcast for Clutterbug. She has the podcast, website, she's on YouTube as well, but I do like Clutterbug. I'm a bit late to the party, but I like her style. She's not one of these people that tells you, fill your house with junk. She really does motivate and inspire. Get the junk out your house. If that's not your style, there's always Pinterest. I'm trying to get to grips with Pinterest, but I find it quite difficult. So whatever works for you. So we've made our lists. We've got all our tools in good order. We have supplies. We've kept our supplies up to date. We're motivated. We're inspired. And what's going to keep you going when you're actually doing the cleaning? Get a good soundtrack on. Get that music going. Or an audiobook. Or a podcast. Ching! Yeah, keep listening. But whatever you need to use to keep you going while you're doing the job. Keep yourself motivated while you're doing it. Have something to listen to. I love listening to music. I do listen to a lot of podcasts, but keep something there to keep you motivated and inspired as you're doing the actual work. On top of that, I think I've said this before, but take before and after photographs of the room, because nothing's going to inspire you more than seeing the progress you've just made. So there's another wee tip that you can do. I haven't actually done that. I keep telling people, take before and after photos. I've never done it. I just want to see the room tidy. I don't want to be faffing about with a camera. But if that's your thing, you have at it, my friend. If all that isn't enough, another wee tip, which probably I should have said at the beginning, but have a method. What is your method? If you just go in like the Tasmanian devil and you're a whirlwind and you think that's going to do it, can I suggest the top, middle and bottom? Start at the top, dust your curtain rails or whatever, change your curtains, wash them, whatever you have to do. Middle, eye level. Okay, so all your surfaces will be dusted and rearranged if need be. and then you go to the floor. There's no point hoovering, then dusting, because all that dust is going to settle on your carpets, and you've hoovered for nothing. So let's top, middle and bottom. So once you've done all that, have a reward. Have a nice wee treat planned for yourself. Whether it's a nice bubble bath, a book, a glass of wine and a movie, as long as it doesn't make a mess, because you don't want to have to redo all that work you've just done. But have a reward. So there's your list of things. I think a pretty good list to get us prepared, to get us organised. We're going to do this. We're putting the joy back into being prepared for a clean house. Now we have to get to it. There's no point talking about it. We have to go and do the job. This house is not going to clean itself, as much as I wish it would too. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've managed to pick up a few tips from that. If so, there will be a document coming out. I'm doing a PDF to accompany this season, which people who are kind enough to either buy me a coffee or join me on Patreon, and the links are in the show notes below. Anybody who does that will be getting the PDF of this document, which I haven't finished, but when it's finished, you buy me a coffee, you're going to get the document. Ching! Win-win. There's going to be a lot of information. It's going to cover the whole season and every episode. There's also links to the blog and the YouTube channel in the show notes as well. So, thanks for tuning in this week. I'll be back next week, helping you put the joy back into being prepared for something else. But until then, you take care of yourself.